So my uncle was looking for a new lawnmower because his messed up, and he's got about an acre, a little over an acre to mow, and he wanted a zero turn. He had a tractor type, and we done a lot of research. We looked at a lot of different lawnmowers, and we finally settled on a local dealer, and the model that we wind up settling for is a model called Encore. This is the Encore Edge model. Now, this lawnmower, for the price point and what you are getting, I think it's a really good deal. It's got nice big tires, wide tires. You see how wide that they are. It has the Kawasaki FR engine. You can get this lawnmower with the FX engine as well, but it costs a little bit more. This particular lawnmower, I think, was around $5,000. I think it was $5,460 was the exact price with the tax and everything. But if you look at the deck on it, it has chains like your X-Marks have. This is a 60-inch deck. This is the Pro 60, and you know, everything is pretty thick. Everything looks like it's welded good. These brackets are welded on the outside and they're welded on the inside, so that's really good construction on the deck. This is your parking brake. This is your deck height adjust, and it goes from 1.5 inches all the way to as high as 4.75 inches. And foot assist for your deck to adjust your deck height. Again, good thick steel. It's not put together cheap, but it's at a very good price. Electric PTO, hour meter, choke. There's your throttle. It comes with a seat belt. 2 gas tanks, one on the right side and one on the left side. Only the left side has a fuel gauge though. And it has a little toggle switch right there to switch between left and right tanks. Comes standard with ROPS. And the front casters on this thing, just look at how big, how thick. That's my thumb right there for comparison, how thick this metal is. It's got good wide front tires. It's got 1, 2, 3, or 2 in the middle anti-scalp wheels. It doesn't have any in the back of the deck, but it also has, I think these are ZT 3200, yeah, right there, ZT 3200 transaxles, hydro transaxles. And again, if you get this lawnmower with the FX Kawasaki, it will come with I think it's Hydro Gear ZT 3400 transaxles. Top speed on this lawnmower is 9 miles an hour. If you get the Kawasaki FX engine, it's 10 miles an hour. And I'll leave a link in the description to the homepage for Encore and also the spec sheet for this particular lawnmower. And that spec sheet will have both the FR engine and the FX engines on it. One other thing that I wanted to show you is this deck plate. You can actually screw off. It's got a little wing nut here that you unscrew. Not quite as easy to get to as some other lawnmowers like X-Mark. Theirs, I think, just pours up from the front right here. You can just pull it up, but this one actually has a little wing nut that you've got to unscrew, and you can pick this up. And this is a pretty heavy piece of metal too. You can see how thick it is there compared to my finger. It's got good heavy-duty pulleys up underneath the deck. The deck is completely flat on the top. That way no debris or anything or get stuck in there and cause your deck to start rusting or something like that. You can blow it out really easy. Get this put back. Again, it takes a little bit more time to do it this way versus something like the X-Smart that I think they just lift up. But again, this is not a premium lawnmower. It just has a standard seat, but the seat is pretty comfortable. It's got pretty thick cushion there. The seat is pretty comfortable. If you're going over a yard that's got some bumps and stuff on it, then it can tend to get a little bit bouncy. That's the only thing that I would wish that this lawnmower has is something like a suspension seat. I know the X-Smart Radius X series, they come standard with a suspension seat, but that's more money. That lawnmower probably cost about $1,200–1,500 more than what this one did, at least. But for the money and the price point of this lawnmower, I think it's a good buy. I didn't really know much about Encore. This is the Edge model again. But it seems that I'm pretty satisfied. I'm pretty impressed with it. I mean, you can see all of the metal pieces here next to my thumb, and you can see how thick that everything is. And this flap, I like this. It stays in position, whatever position you put it in. I like that. And this is not a plastic flap either. This is a piece of rubber, and it should last a really long time. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Kawasaki engines. My grandmother had a Husqvarna with a Kawasaki engine, and it's been great. And you can also get the FX engine in this too. That's the one with the big air canister that's up on the top of the engine. It's a little bit more for commercial use. This particular lawnmower is more for like the pro homeowner, I guess would be a good way to describe it. Someone who might have a lot of acreage to mow, or uses the lawnmower a lot. But anyway, this has been a look at the Encore Edge, and if you like videos like this, subscribe, like the video, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.